Alright, how's it going, guys? Welcome back to another One Piece Bounty Rush video. So today we're going to be doing another concept video. So the last video I did, well, not the last video, but the last concept I did was on King the Wildfire, my favorite commander. Now we're going to be doing something a little bit different and a little bit unique to anything we've seen in Bounty Rush before. I'm going to be going over an actual full-fledged dual unit in OPPR. So what I mean by this is that you can actually switch between these characters. So you can choose to play with Roger, you can choose to play with Whitebeard, all through in-game mechanics. Now I know this is a really huge long shot that will 99%, well maybe 90%, actually maybe 80% never get in the game, because I think a dual unit is actually a very plausible thing, but I don't know, the OPBR side of Bandai doesn't seem to like unique things or innovating. But yeah, so this is just a concept video of what I could see this concept working, this mechanic working like. So let's hop right into the concept. Alright, so what I have here is the King of Pirates and World's Strongest Man, Goldie Roger / Edward Newgate. So his HP will be 9.4k, attack 2.3, and defense 2.2k. So just a general EX stat line. And then for skill 1 we have, when you're Roger you have I ain't gonna die partner, and then when you're Whitebeard you have nothing to fear, I'm Whitebeard. So as Roger, it's gonna be a counter attack. When the counter is successful, you perform a long range area attack with a knockback effect. So essentially you pop the counter, you're gonna draw back your sword, similar to Roger's skill 2 currently. You're gonna draw back your sword. When an enemy hits it, it's gonna do an area attack, so all around you, even if the person that didn't hit you is behind you, they'll still get hit by it. So that's what's gonna happen. But even if the counter fails, it's gonna still do a short range attack and you'll increase your defense. So you're gonna get benefits whether or not you hit the counter or not. So as Whitebeard, you get taken into a tremor state. So in your tremor state, you increase your attack and you increase your chance to inflict tremor, and you also recover HP on every tremor. So states are, we only have one state. Okay, no, we have two. We have Kid and Zoro, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. But Zoro, his Haki state, is a really nice state, and I feel like Whitebeard could have benefited from something like this, you know, just being able to recover HP on tremor. So that's why I gave him a tremor, a whole state where he can just drop his sword and just start beating people up with his fists, with his Gura no Mi, and recovering HP and doing way more damage than he would have done otherwise. So this is a long range charge attack, and then both attacks nullify stagger for a set period of time. So the skill attack on Roger's skill is going to be 650. You reduce the enemy speed by 10%, and you increase your defense by 15% if the counter fails. For Whitebeard, tremor 100% chance, status effect time 25 seconds. Tremor state effect time, so you stay in your tremor state for 25 seconds, and the damage will be 600 for your skill itself. So the attack increase of tremor state will be 30%, and the effect time will be the same as the tremor state, so 25 seconds. Skill 2 is going to be called the Pirate King Strength when you're Roger, or the man closest to the One Piece when you're Whitebeard. So as Roger, you're going to summon Whitebeard. You perform a multi-hit attack with a chance to inflict tremor. A close range effect with a chance to inflict stun occurs, and then you nullify stagger for a set period of time. So this is essentially going to be the essence of a dual attack. You summon Roger, or you summon Whitebeard. Whitebeard draws back his fist. Whitebeard draws back his sword, and they both do they both do a multi-hit attack, and it's just going to do a lot of damage and look really nice, and also going to tremor. So when you're Whitebeard, you're going to summon Roger, and you're going to perform an extra long range attack. So extra long range is similar to Dressrosa Zoro's range. So you're going to perform an extra long range attack, and you're going to have a chance to inflict stun. So the skill attack for Roger's skill is going to be 660. The stun effect probability is 50%. Could have been 100. I just don't want it to be that toxic. But yeah, tremor effect activation probability is 100% on the other hand, and the tremor effect time is 5 seconds. So your skill attack for the Whitebeard skill is going to be 780, a lot more damage, but yeah. Stun effect activation probability is going to be 100%, and you're going to get stunned for 3 seconds and reduce the defense by 10%. Alright, now to the best part of every concept, the traits. Now, so for your trait 1, your unique trait, this is going to go for both units. There's going to be separate kits for both units. This is Whitebeard's unique traits. So when your skill button is held down, it can be either one. You're going to be switching your character with a 30-second cooldown. So you can't just switch in between. I feel like that'd be a bit too broken. But yeah, you hold your skill down for like 3 seconds, and you switch characters. When your character is switched, so if you switch to Roger or you switch to Whitebeard, you increase damage by 30%, reduce damage received by 20%, and you recover HP by 25%. This is again why I didn't want to make it like an infinite switch. That's why I added a cooldown, so you can't just abuse the heal. Next, you have you nullify tremor, and when you tremor someone, you reduce the cooldown time of skill 1 by 10%. So when dealing damage on the third hit of a normal attack combo, 50% chance to inflict tremor for 3 seconds. This is the same as his Bounty Fest version. Of course, you know how Bandai likes to keep unique traits, some unique traits from previous versions to the next one. I think this is the best unique trait he had. So trait 1, when you're attacking an enemy who is tremored, increase damage of next hit by 50%. So after you tremor someone, the next hit, only once, the next hit is going to deal 50% damage, extra damage. So that's going to be a lot of damage. It works with the skill too. So even if it's a skill, it's going to do 50% extra damage. Yeah, okay. When tremor is nullified, remove enemy attack and damage increase, and recover HP by 10%. Yeah. I really debated over including this, but I think it's, EX worthy, especially these units. These units in particular are very, very good, are very deserving of a broken EX unit. And by remove damage increase, I just mean nullify any damage increase the enemy would have gotten. They don't get it otherwise, and that is a 5-second trait. So it works for 5 seconds once per fight. You can't just infinitely remove it. So after receiving damage from an enemy which is more than 50% of your max HP, recover HP by 20% and increase defense by 15%. This can't stack, by the way. So trait 2. When attacking an enemy in the area around your enemy's treasure, increase attack by 20%, just a typical attacker trait. When an ally is near, create an area of effect. When the area of effect is entered, allies recover HP by 15% and you nullify status effects. So Whitebeard, he's a character who treasures his family, his allies a lot. So that's why they based Bounty Fest version off him gaining defense off of his allies dying, stuff like that. So I kind of wanted to incorporate that into this kit as well. So he's going to benefit his allies a lot. So when there's 60 seconds or less remaining, increase allies and your own speed by 10%, your HP by 15%, defense by 15%, and attack by 15%. So yeah, like I said, he's going to be very helpful for his allies. This is going to be a really good unit to have on your team. Yeah, that's Roger's kit. No, that's Whitebeard's kit. Let's move on to Roger's kit. So for Roger, nullify stun. When you nullify stun, boost defense by 70% for 10 seconds, similar to his current EX unit. That's already broken. I didn't think I needed to add anything new to that. For a set period of time after using skill 2, change down to a stagger effect and nullify status effects inflicted by enemies. So after skill 2, he's just not going to be able to be downed for a bit, and you nullify status effects. So trait 1, when attacked by an enemy who you're weak against. So in this case, since this unit is a red, if you're attacked by a blue unit, you remove that unit's attack and you nullify damage increase for 5 seconds, and you can't stack. So this is similar to Whitebeard's, but this is going to be when you're attacked by a blue unit. It's quite broken, I think, and I have no shame. I think this unit deserves it, so I'm going to keep it. When you're dealing damage to an enemy with 70% or more of their max HP remaining, inflict self with Nullify Stagger for 10 seconds. Again, you really don't need to change that much from current Rogers kit. It's broken enough already, so I didn't feel the need to do the most for this side of the dual unit. When attacking an enemy with higher HP, increase damage dealt by 20%. Yeah, so if an enemy has more health than you, even if it's by 1 health, you're gonna increase your damage to them by 20%. But once they drop below your health, that damage increase goes away. So this could be a one-shot potential trait if you use a skill while this is active, but who knows. When your strength is more than 70%, you reduce your damage received by 30%. And when you KO an enemy, reduce skill cooldown by 50% and recover HP by 15%. Recover 20% of HP one time when enough damage is taken to KO a character. So a lot of this is just survivability traits, and one of Whitebeard's downsides is that he just has such terrible survivability. He has to stack defense, he has no way of recovering HP. So when I was creating this unit, I wanted both sides to be able to sustain themselves, both sides to be able to do a lot of damage. So yeah, that's pretty much the end of this concept. Let me know how you feel, what you think about this concept. Is it broken or is it not broken enough? I really think this could be a really good and fun unit if Bandai decides to implement a proper duel system similar to Dragon Ball Legends, where you can switch between characters. And yeah, I think that would be a really fun thing to play in this game and add a unique mechanism to the game. So yeah, that's gonna be the end of the video. I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.
I'm dead, but I'm still sipping on Bacardi. Put it back like I'm fucking with a Harley. White folks told me it's gnarly. Stand on your block, just hit a milli with the rock. I ain't talking about Cardi. But the beef won't be